I recently started watching Gilmore Girls. I know I'm late to the party because it's the first time I've ever watched it. And I have a friend who she would always tell me, like, you need to watch it because it's one of the best shows ever. And now that I'm watching it, it is one of the best shows ever. But it's even better if you actually know what the hell they're talking about. So I decided to look up at every whatever, books, pop culture, history, everything reference in Gilmore Girls. So we're going to be doing episode 1 through 5 because it's a lot of episodes and it's a lot of reference in each episode. So if I did like the whole season, I think this video would be like 2 hours long. But if you guys like this video and you want me to keep doing them, then just leave a comment down below and I'll happily do every season. That way, when we rewatch it, now we can understand what the hell they're talking about. And don't spoil me because I'm just on season 5. Like, just don't say anything. Thank you. Anyway, we're gonna start with episode 1.
Yeah, I've never been here before. Just passing through on my way to Hartford.
You're a regular Jack Kerouac.
Yeah.
So Jack Kerouac, he was an American novelist from the Beat generation who literally just traveled across the country in the 1950s, writing about everyone he met and all the local cultures he encountered.
Anything in there not resembling a breakfast cereal?
Yes. It has no smell, but it changes colors with your mood.
God, RuPaul doesn't need this much makeup.
I don't think I need to explain this one, but just in case, RuPaul is a legendary drag queen who has been performing since the 80s, became a recording artist, model, and TV host. He's probably most known for his RuPaul's Drag Race, but back then he was known for his talk show and being an amazing drag queen.
I'm sorry. I lost my Macy Gracie D and I need caffeine.
Oh, I have your CD.
Thief?
Sorry, and I will get you some coffee.
Manyyyy Gray is an American R&B and soul singer with a super distinctive raspy voice. Her biggest hit was I Try, which was everywhere between 1999 and the 2000s, and you can actually hear that song in this episode.
What? It's not for me, it's for Rory, I swear.
You're shameless.
Look, Officer Krupke, she's right at that table, right over there.
So this is a reference from West Side Story, which is this classical musical about rival gangs in New York. And Officer Krupke was this beat cop character in both the Broadway show and the movie version.
For those of you who have not finished the final chapters of Huckleberry Finn, you may use this time to do so.
Mark Twain was an American writer. His real name was Samuel Clemens, and he wrote classics like Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Huckleberry Finn is actually a sequel to Tom Sawyer, and it's about this kid, Huck, who fakes his own death to escape his abusive father. And then he travels down the Mississippi River with Jim, who is an escaped slave. So it's been controversial because of its language and racial content, but it's considered one of the great American novels.
Open it. I'm gonna be in a Britney Spears video?
I hope you know who Britney Spears is.
There are several chapters from a Stephen King novel I'd reenact before I'd resort to that option.
Stephen King is an author and he's like kind of the master of horror fiction. He's written more than 60 books including The Shining, It, Pet Sematary, Carrie, The Stand, and many, many more. And his books are known for being absolutely terrifying. So Lorelai saying that she would rather live through a Stephen King novel than ask her parents for money is basically saying that she would rather encounter supernatural horrors than just deal with her family drama.
Where's your pete?
At Zsa Zsa Gabor's house?
Right. I'm going to the store because you have nothing.
Zsa Zsa Gabor was a Hungarian-American actress and socialite who was famous for her glamorous lifestyle and her many marriages, because she was married 9 times. And for being this over-the-top wealthy celebrity. So obviously, their kitchen with leftover pizza and coffee wouldn't have fancy patés like Shasha's would.
God. You're like Ruth Gordon, just standing there with the tannis root. Make a noise.
Rosemary's Baby.
Ruth Gordon was an American actress who played Minnie Castevet in the 1968 horror film Rosemary's Baby. And in the movie, she plays this creepy elderly neighbor who has no concept of personal space, so Rory's basically calling Dean creepy for lurking around her, which is pretty accurate.
My family just moved here from Chicago.
Chicago. Windy. Oprah.
Chicago's called the Windy City, and while Oprah Winfrey isn't actually from Chicago, her famous talk show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, was filmed there for 25 years. So Oprah basically became synonymous with Chicago daytime television.
So, how you liking Moby Dick?
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's my first Melville.
Cool.
Moby Dick is this massive novel by Herman Melville from 1851. So it's about Captain Ahab's obsessive quest to kill this white whale called Moby Dick. So it's considered one of the greatest American novels, but it's also famously known for being super difficult to get through. And Herman Melville was this 19th century American novelist who wrote about the sea and whaling.
Last week, it was Madame Bovary.
This is Gustave Flaubert's masterpiece from 1856 about Emma Bovary, a doctor's wife who has affairs and lives beyond her means because she's desperately trying to escape the boredom of provincial French life. So it's basically about someone who wants more excitement and romance than her ordinary life provides.
You're gonna have to walk faster than that. You're gonna have to turn into friggin' Flojo to get away from me.
Florence Flojo Joyner was this incredible American track and field athlete who set world records in the 100 and 200 meter dashes in the late 80s. She was known for her speed, her long fingernails, and her flashy racing outfits. She's still considered one of the fastest women who ever lived.
Fine. You're not gonna give me the mommy dearest treatment forever, are you?
Mommy Dearest is this tell-all book by Christina Crawford about the horrific abuse she suffered as the adopted daughter of actress Joan Crawford. It was turned into a movie with Faye Dunaway, and it's where the famous "no wire hangers" line comes from. And it's basically about toxic mother-daughter relationships.
So, do we go in or do we just stand here reenacting the little match girl?
This is a really sad Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale about a poor little girl who sells matches on the street on New Year's Eve and freezes to death while having visions of warmth and food.
But I need you to be civil, at least through dinner, and then on the way home you can pull a Menendez.
The Menendez brothers, Eric and Lyle, murdered their wealthy parents with a shotgun in 1989 in Beverly Hills. Their trial was huge news in the 90s, so Lorelai is basically saying, "Be nice now, kill me later."
So tell me about the guy.
Mom!
Is he dreamy?
Oh, that's so Nick at Night.
Well, I'm gonna find out anyway.
Nick at Night is a Nickelodeon's nighttime programming blog that shows classic TV shows. So Emily calls something so Nick at Night, meaning it's old-fashioned or nostalgic.
Guys, new CD, XTC, Apple Venus Volume 2.
Oh, good! But you only finished half my toes.
Who cares? You're gonna be wearing shoes anyway.
XTC was this innovative English rock band from the 70s that lasted about 25 years. They're considered hugely influential in British pop music, basically the forefathers of the Britpop movement. Apple Venus Volume 2 was one of their later albums from 2000.
I can't meet anybody who does anything in there.
Mom!
No, I look like that chick from the Dukes of Hazzard.
She's talking about Daisy Duke, played by Catherine Batch in the American TV show that ran from 1979 to 1985. Daisy was famous for wearing these impossibly short cut-off jean shorts, now called Daisy Dukes, and tied-up flannel shirts.
And I was in the German club for a while, but there were only 3 of us, and then 2 left for the French club after seeing Schindler's List, so...
Schindler's List is Steven Spielberg's 1993 film about Oskar Schindler, this German businessman who saved over 1,000 Jews during the Holocaust by employing them in his factory. It's based on a true story, and it's incredibly powerful but also devastating to watch.
I want to go to Harvard and study journalism and political science.
On your way to being...
Christiane Amanpour.
Really?
Yes.
Not Cokie Roberts?
No.
Not Oprah, Rosie, or one of the women from The View?
No.
She's CNN's chief international correspondent, this incredible respected journalist who's covered wars and conflicts all over the world. She's won basically every journalism award that exists. Rory wants to be her, not Cokie Roberts, who was an Emmy-winning journalist and author, not Oprah, not Rosie O'Donnell from The View, not anyone else. It's always Christiane Amanpour.
Tolstoy's favorite author, for instance, was,
Dickens.
Yes.
Leo Tolstoy is this Russian count who wrote massive novels like War and Peace and Anna Karenina. War and Peace is this book about Russian society during Napoleonic era, and Anna Karenina is about aristocratic Russian society and this woman's tragic affair. Both are considered among the greatest novels ever written. Charles Dickens, the English writer who gave us David Copperfield, Great Expectations, A Tale of Two Cities, and Little Dorrit. Great Expectations is about a poor baby who becomes a gentleman, and A Tale of Two Cities is set during the French Revolution, with the famous opening, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times."
And, of course, last week we covered Dostoevsky's main authorial influences.
George Sand and Balzac.
Good.
She was this French romantic writer whose real name was Amandine Dupin. She was famous for wearing men's clothing, smoking cigars, and having affairs with famous men like Chopin. Very scandalous for the 1800s. Honoré de Balzac was another French writer known for La Comédie Humaine, this massive series of interconnected novels about French society.
As Tolstoy commenced writing both War and Peace and Anna Karenina, Count Leo would turn to...
David Copperfield.
Correct. He would turn to David Copperfield for inspiration.
David Copperfield is semi-autobiographical about Dickens' own life.
Now walk smooth. That's a new Harry Potter on your heads. If they should drop, Harry will die and there won't be any more books.
In 2000, that would have been Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Is there a problem?
Oh, nothing Shakespeare couldn't turn into a really good play.
William Shakespeare, obviously the greatest English playwright and poet who ever lived. Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Macbeth, the guy basically invented modern drama.
The Romanists have, with great adroitness, drawn 3 walls round themselves with which they have hitherto protected themselves, so that no one could reform them, whereby Christendom has fallen terribly. Who said this?
Martin Luther.
Very good, Miss Gilmore.
This is not Martin Luther King Jr., but the original Martin Luther, the German priest who started the Protestant Reformation in 1517 by challenging the Catholic Church.
Do you want me to talk to anybody? A parent, a teacher, a big guy named Moose?
This is referring to Moose Mason from Archie Comics, who's this big, strong, kind of dim but sweet character.
Physical fitness is as important as intellectual fitness, so says Plato, and so say I.
Plato was this ancient Greek philosopher, student of Socrates, teacher of Aristotle. He founded the academy in Athens and basically helped create Western philosophy as we know it. No big deal, just a casual Plato reference.
If Rory goes and has a good time without you, then I win.
Okay, Bob Barker.
Bob Barker hosted The Price is Right for 35 years, known for "Come on down!" and always ending with
Bob Barker reminding you, help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, I'd rather get my face surgically altered to look like that lunatic rich lady with the lion head than go to the club with you.
She's talking about Jocelyn Wildenstein, this wealthy socialite who spent millions on plastic surgery trying to look more feline because her husband allegedly liked cats. The results were not great. She became known as Catwoman on the tabloids.
Listen, I have everything under control. Why don't you go up to your room and have a fabulous bubble bath, and I'll send up some wine and a masseuse who bears a remarkable resemblance to Antonio Banderas.
He's the Spanish actor, director, and producer known for movies like The Mask of the Zorro, Desperado, and of course, Puss in Boots from Shrek.
You don't care at all, do you?
To me, you are the teacher in the Charlie Brown cartoon.
Charlie Brown is the main character of the Peanuts comic strips by Charles M. Schulz. In the TV specials, adult voices are always because we only hear things from the kid's perspective. So when Lorelai says someone sounds like the teacher in Charlie Brown cartoons, she means completely incomprehensible.
Here we go. Now you look just like Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods is probably the most famous golfer of all time, won 15 major championships, and was the world's #1 golfer for a record number of weeks.
Pepe Le Pew, you want to give me a hand with this?
No.
Pepe Le Pew is this Warner Brothers cartoon character, a French skunk who's always chasing after this female cat, speaking in this exaggerated French accent.
It's a conspiracy.
Oh, it's Peyton Place.
Peyton Place was this 1956 novel by Grace Metalius about sex, murder, and secrets in a small New England town. It was scandalous for its time and spawned movies and TV shows. Basically, it's about how small towns aren't as innocent as they seem.
Jackie wants Samuel Barber, John Cage, and Philip Glass, and Jessica wants Shania Twain's I Feel Like a Woman.
Samuel Barber was this American composer known for beautiful emotional pieces like Adagio for Strings. John Cage was an experimental composer famous for a piece where the performer sits at a piano for 4 minutes and 33 seconds without playing anything. The music is whatever ambient sounds happened during that time. Philip Glass is a minimalist composer known for repetitive hypnotic music and operas like Einstein on the Beach, which is like 5 hours long with no plot. Shania Twain was a Canadian country pop singer who was huge in the 90s. That song is from her album Come On Over, and it's this empowering anthem about female confidence.
What book is it?
Mencken's Chrestomathy?
Oh, that one.
H.L. Mencken was this Baltimore journalist and satirist known for his wit and criticism of American culture. A Chrestomathy is basically a collection of selected writings, so it's like his greatest hits.
He must have been meowing for an hour, but Maury was playing some Thelonious on the Steinway, and when Maury plays, I go into this trance where all I can see is blue and moon and stars.
Thelonious Monk was this incredible influential jazz pianist and composer, one of the creators of bebop jazz. He had this unique angular playing style. Steinway is basically the Rolls-Royce of pianos, so playing Monk on a Steinway is peak sophistication.
So you know what I was thinking?
That Madonna and Sean Penn should get remarried?
Besides that.
Madonna and Sean Penn were married from 1985 to 1989, and their relationship was notoriously turbulent. Sean Penn was known for his temper, and there were constant rumors of domestic violence.
Oh, thank you.
Sister Sledge! Excuse me!
They are an American R&B group from Philadelphia, 4 sisters who had hits like We Are Family and He's the Greatest Dancer.
Oh, you imbecile!
Back off, Chevalier.
You're stupid, blind, and clumsy.
Well, at least I'm not French.
Episode 4 is Shakespeare Central, but we also get Maurice Chevalier, this French actor and singer who was huge in the early days of Hollywood. He had this charming French accent and was basically the prototype of suave, romantic Frenchman in movies.
No Black Sabbath. No one is listening. No Black Sabbath, no Steely Dan, no Boston, and no Queen.
What happened to make you so cold?
Black Sabbath basically invented heavy metal with Ozzy Osbourne. They're from Birmingham, England, and songs like Paranoid and Iron Man are
Legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the second half of that word is dairy.
Steely Dan is an American rock band known for super sophisticated jazz-influenced music and perfectionist recording techniques. Donald Fagen and Walter Becker were musical geniuses. Boston is an American rock band famous for More Than a Feeling and that distinctive guitar sound. Their first album was recorded in a basement but became one of the best-selling debuts ever. I don't think I need to explain Queen, but in case you don't know, Freddie Mercury, Brian May, Roger Taylor, John Deacon, Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, Another One Bites the Dust.
Audience, say it with me. Legendary.
I am the Artie Shaw of harpists.
Artie Shaw was a jazz clarinetist and big band leader, known as one of the greatest jazz musicians ever.
We are going to be focusing on Elizabethan literature. Shakespeare, Marlowe, Bacon, Ben Jonson, John Webster.
Christopher Marlowe wrote Dr. Faustus. Some people think he might have written some of Shakespeare's plays. Francis Bacon was a philosopher and scientist who some conspiracy theorists think actually wrote Shakespeare's work. And John Webster wrote dark, violent tragedies like The White Devil.
So, are you a B-52s girl?
B-52s are a quirky rock band from Georgia known for songs like Love Shack and Rock Lobster.
You once told me that you loved Saved by the Bell. What could be more humiliating than that?
Saved by the Bell was an American teen sitcom from 1899 to 1993 about high school students in California.
Hey, what do you think about Pat Benatar?
Great idea. Can she play the harp?
Pat Benatar is a rock singer known for powerful vocals and hits like Hit Me With Your Best Shot and Love Is a Battlefield.
Wouldn't want you to get in trouble with Il Duce here.
Il Duce was Benito Mussolini's nickname. He was the fascist dictator of Italy from 1922 to 1943, allied with Hitler during World War II.
I guess this goes on the boy was I wrong list, right above gauchos, but just below the flash dance phase.
Gauchos are South American cowboys, but in fashion, gauchos pants are these wide-legged crop pants that were trendy. Flashdance was a 1983 movie about a welder who wants to be a ballet dancer, famous for the water scene and What a Feeling.
They expect the things to be homemade?
I know.
By someone other than Dolly Madison?
I said I have it covered.
Dolly Madison is not the historical figure, but the snack cake brand.
Very Henry VIII.
Henry VIII was the English king famous for having 6 wives and beheading 2 of them. Not exactly known for subtlety, more known for dramatic gestures like starting his own church so he could get divorced.
If you could live in any city in the world, you'd pick Philadelphia.
M. Night Shyamalan lives there.
Shyamalan is a director known for supernatural thrillers with twist endings. The Sixth Sense was his breakout film about a boy who can see dead people, and I See Dead People became this huge cultural reference.
Well, I want to be in the Bangles. It doesn't mean I quit my job and get a guitar and ruin my life to be a Bangle, does it?
The Bangles were this all-female rock band from the 80s with hits like Manic Monday and Walk Like an Egyptian.
Being philosophical.
Oh. Very serious face, Jean Paul Sartre.
He was a French existentialist philosopher and writer, known for works like Being and Nothingness. Existentialism is basically about individual existence and freedom, and the anxiety that comes with making your own meaning in life.
I know,
The
but...
counter is a sacred space, my sacred space. You don't do yoga on the Dalai Lama's mat, and you don't come behind my counter, period!
The Dalai Lama is the spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism, known for promoting peace and compassion. The current Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso, won the Nobel Peace Prize and is basically a symbol of non-violent resistance.
Wow. It's like a scene from the kiddie version of Valley of the Dolls.
This was Jacqueline Susann's 1966 novel about drug addiction and the dark side of Hollywood glamour. It was incredibly scandalous for its time, dealing with sex, drugs, and mental illness among actresses and performers.
I kept information from you.
Information that I should have had.
Information that would have come out eventually, like the Iran-Contra scandal.
So you're Oliver North?
No, I'm Fawn Hall.
Mom.
Well, she was much prettier.
The Iran-Contra scandal comes up with Oliver North and Fawn Hall. This was a huge political scandal in the 1980s where the Reagan administration illegally sold weapons to Iran to fund Nicaraguan rebels. Oliver North was the main coordinator who got convicted, and Fawn Hall was his secretary who helped destroy documents but then testified against him for immunity.
You can't always control who you're attracted to, you know? I think the whole Angelina Jolie, Billy Bob Thornton thing really proves that.
Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob were married from 2000 to 2003 and were known for bizarre behaviors like wearing vials of each other's blood around their necks. They had this intense, passionate relationship despite their age difference and different backgrounds.
Let's stay outside a while, baby. Look for the Big Dipper.
Okay, I'd like that.
Big Dipper is one of the most recognizable star patterns in the northern sky, part of the constellation Ursa Major. It's been recognized by cultures worldwide and used for navigation for thousands of years. You don't need to understand every reference to love Gilmore Girls, but when you do get them, it's like being part of this exclusive club. It makes you feel smart and connected to these characters who see the world through the lens of literature and pop culture. What was your favorite Gilmore Girls reference from these episodes? I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week. Bye!